Hello, how are you guys? Eh, Pascal, comment allez-vous? Hi DT, how are you? It's a bit of a slow night. I thought the internet kind of hung on me because I had to reboot the computer because it doesn't seem to have anybody responding. How are you guys doing? All good? Have you seen the last video of the chord? The latest video? Do you like the guitar? Yeah, you like? Yeah, I was very interested in it because it looks really interesting. The only thing that I got from it is, which is not a bad thing. Okay, it's the pickup. Yeah, the pickups, they are very different. Ah, thank you. Merci. Merci beaucoup. Yeah, it has swamp ash, and then it has a flame maple top on it. So I just got this guitar today. They sent it to me today, and yeah, I just thought I just must just do a review on it. Yeah, it's pretty nice. DT, where you from, DT? It's a slow night because tonight I have a couple of stuff which I'm going to show you guys. This is another one here. Oh, this one must put properly. What is this? Yeah, this is a Maestro. Hi, Biko. How are you? That guitar is pretty interesting. It's a dreadnought. Where is it? Oh my God. It's a very nice dreadnought. Yeah, I'm gonna play a little bit afterwards. I have 3 new Colorado. Oh man, you're in the Rockies. Dang, I always want to go to the Rockies. Probably freeze to death. Colorado, Rocky Mountain High. Yeah, John Denver was the first guy who introduced me to the Colorado Rockies. Anyway, I have 3 of this actually, but 3 Maestro guitars, but 2 dreadnoughts, and there's one with, I think it's a nylon string. Yeah, later on we can check it out if you all want. The back and the neck, yeah, it's bird-sized maple. Hi, that left. How are you? Hi, David Askin. Hi, Pooh. I don't know. I'm in Mars. So it's a calm morning on the moon. Yeah, it's a very red evening in Mars, on Mars. What is this? Story this occupato or Hey, come sta? Italiano, eh? Welcome, welcome. Hi, Blues? Blues Bolero, how are you? Okay, they're all coming in right now. It's good. Hi, Toddy. Hi, Mikkel Johansson. Okay, I'm gonna do an alarm. What? Half an hour from now? Okay. Okay, Siri.
Yeah?
Set an alarm for the next
Set the alarm for when?
half an hour's time.
Okay, I've set an alarm for 1:21.
Thank you, darling. Yeah. So, half an hour from now, we're going to bene. Prego. Yeah, half an hour from now, I'm going to open something up. Okay, I just showed the rest of it, guys. Pascal know about this. Yeah, so we're going to open this and see what's inside. Well, you guys probably guess what's inside. You know, I'm pretty excited because I'm going to learn as much as I can in the next few days about this, and then I want to probably do a review maybe on Saturday or Friday. I don't know. You know, I'll see how. But it's going to be fun. Oh yeah, she's Irish, Pooh. I have an Irish lass here. Oh yes, I did. Are you jealous, Todd? I used to have Google phone, and yeah, I call the Google phone all sorts of names. Yes, Mika. Sorry to say, but to send my Harley Benton Tube 15 to you, and then have it sent back, costs more than buying the M. You want to send it to me? The Harley Benton Tube 15? Really? You wanted to send it to me? How? I don't understand. Is the humidifier for the guitars? No, it's for me. Or you can see that, right? Yeah, it's for me because it's really dry. I've been here like for the past. I've been here since like what time is it? It's about 12. Yeah, almost 6 hours from now. I've been in this room with this air conditioning and it's really dry. So yeah, and you know when it gets really dry, my skin starts to get really dry, and then and my nose will start to act funny. So yeah, I had this to kind of like stabilize this whole thing. Oh really? Cool. Alexa, yeah, Alexa can sing, but Google can tell jokes. Hi Claude, how are you? Oh, what was the guitar you used many years ago in Ahmed's concert singing She's Gone? Was it a Godin? Yes, it was a Godin. Canadian-made Godin, and I had two. I had the it's a multi-vac, if I'm mistaken, right? It has I bought a steel string, and the one that I sang on that song that I used on that song was a nylon, which I still have it. I sold the steel string because well, what happened was this was the old design, so the battery for this guitar is directly on top of a PCB board, and that PCB board basically controls the volume and the EQ. And I had it stored away for many months, and unfortunately the 9-volt battery leaked, right, and just screwed up the whole PCB board. So it was left unused for many years, and then I decided to sell it away. Now the guy that I sold it to, he managed to get another PCB board, so yeah, so he's using it right now. Okay, you're talking about the review of the amp. Have you done the review yet, Mika? I still don't understand. You said that you want to send it to me. Sorry to say, but to send my Harley Benton Tube 15 to me, to you, that's what you said, right? And then have it sent back. So you wanted to send to me for a review? No, don't do that. It cost you a bomb because what you call that, delivery charges is horrible. Hi Jack, hi Zach, 台湾人你好。 Uh, Pix Gaming, Juicy John, you're streaming late this week. How have you been? I'm Well, the fact of the matter is, I just recovered. Uh, I was out last week. I had a whole bunch of stuff, right? Yes, you all know. So last week we did a whole lot of stuff, and then on Saturday I decided to head out with my family because my eldest daughter wanted to buy a folding bike, a foldie. So we went out. We had lunch, good lunch. I had steak and everything. Went down to Decathlon, look at some bikes, and then when I reached home, I was down with a fever. I guess it's not COVID. It was just we Chinese believe that if we stay up late too many nights, and then we start eating all those heaty food like steaks and hamburgers, which I was eating a lot, and all the junk food. It kind of like builds up the heatiness in the body, and it kind of like it's like a volcano. You just kind of explode. So I had high fever for a couple of hours, and then but the bummer is that happened on Saturday night. Sunday night I have a recording session, a live recording session in the studio. And I was thinking, oh man, what a time to fall sick, right? So my wife went over to we have traditional Chinese medicine in Singapore. We had these little shops with doctors and stuff like that. So they gave me a couple of drinks, we call it liang cha. In Chinese we call it liang cha. In Cantonese it's liang cha. Basically these are tea, but it's really not tea. It's kind of medicinal herbs, that this Chinese doctors concoct, and it's supposed to bring down your heatiness in your body. And it worked. And I went to the studio. I took Panadol, just to numb the fever, and finished the session. Came back, rested, and I was okay by Monday. Yeah, Monday I was okay. Yeah, so I just recovered from that. A bit tired, but it was a good 2 days. I did the reviews for the Martin CEO09, which is really interesting because it's mango wood. Yeah, who figure? I love mangoes. I never ever thought that that they'll make a guitar out of mango wood, and that's a pretty interesting guitar. Yeah, and so today I did another review for the chord. Alright. Oh. Zach, are you from Taipei? 你是从 Taipei 吗？ Taipei 人吗？ Claude, hi John, can you share with us unforgettable memories as a session player? Have you ever seen other session players screw up live? Hi Fama. Oh, thank you, Pix. I'm okay now. Any new guitars? Yeah, I just reviewed one new guitar, and there's another one back here, and I have something here. Okay, but later on, half an hour from now. Yeah, Claude, that's an interesting question. I was thinking of sharing something tonight, but we'll get into it later. I was thinking of sharing about pride, the subject of pride. But you have an interesting question there. As a session player, well, most of the time, for us, when we do sessions in the studio, it's mostly individual call. Like I was a producer too. So when I'm doing a session, like if I want to get like a bunch of musicians, I rather not do it live unless I want that arrangement to be a live take. Like what we did last Sunday, where the songwriter wanted a kind of like a low down feel without too much overdubs and stuff like that. So if that's the case, then I will get my drummer, my bassist, a keyboard player, predominantly a piano player, and then a guitar player. So I will get them down in the room, and they'll probably if I got to make sure that how many songs they're gonna do, like maybe 2. Okay, so if they're doing 2 songs, then if the session starts at 10, and they will probably come in at 9 to set up and everything. So we'll start rehearsing at 10 a.m. for example, and they'll probably run through the song. And once they run through the first song, we'll start recording, because I don't want to wait, because once the vibe is correct, I'll just start recording, and yeah, that's what we do. And when and when my role as a session player is, we'll rehearse, and then we get all parts and we work out our parts and say, okay, in the next chorus, what we're gonna do in bar 15, what are we gonna do? Are we gonna do a slight retard there? We just check out, our charts properly. Like, bar 16, is there a 2/4 there? Stuff like that. And after the first chorus, where do we go back to the Dasenyo? Are we going back to the sign? And we kind of work out the roadmap, and then we're ready to rock and roll. And we'll just go through once, figure out parts that we need to do, and then we just go for a take. And most of the time we nail it by the second tape. Yeah, by the second take we'll probably nail it as far as possible. And sometimes, unless someone screw up big time, like for example the drummer screws up, which seldom happen, because most of the time it was Jimmy who was playing, so he never screws up. Yeah, and if any one of us screws up, we can always overdub our parts on that part. Yeah, so when we're doing back then, when we're doing recording, the engineer is the most vital part of the whole mechanism. If you have a bad engineer or a young engineer who doesn't know how to punch in and punch out, you're gonna have a big hassle, because it's pulling on your hair, because I want this part, and you go, whoa, you missed it, you just erased a good part. I know, all this shouting going on. So a good professional engineer is a must. Yeah, so that's how it is. And for me, most of the time, my session is just me by my lonesome, because a lot of songs are pre-programmed, like, they have fake drums and stuff like that. So I'll just come in and just do my guitar part, and just me and the producer. So it's easy to work, and we can get a whole lot of things done. Yeah. So there's so much thing of, like, pertaining to your question. There's not much experience of people screwing up. We screw up. We all do that. We are all human. So for recording, this whole thing about wanting to nail it and not be the weak link, especially when you're playing a band. So you don't want to be the weak link. So you do your best, and not to screw up, but yet at the same time, put something on the table, or musically, like, you are contributing something. You're contributing something that will enhance the song, but at the same time you are careful not to play the wrong chords, or end up in the wrong syncopation and stuff like that. So it's a bit tricky. Sorry, where are we now? Ginger and whiskey and hot water would be good medicine. Yeah, I wanted to try whiskey, but I was having fever, so I didn't want to take the chance. I'm okay, Fama. Thank you for asking. Picks. I'm trying to learn guitar at the moment with my feet. Yeah, okay, that's interesting. Hello, Orion. How are you? Oh my good lord. You're typing in Chinese. Zach, I can't read Chinese to save my life. Yeah, I know how to speak Chinese, but what are you writing? 新什么人？之前有在 Facebook 和你过电话。Oh, you spoke to me. 问过 Harley Benton. Yeah, I remember you. 我记得你。以来都是老师的什么什么什么什么。Okay, I remember you, Zach. Yeah, how are you? 你好吗？ Too bad you cannot talk to me, right? So maybe next time I'll call you again. 我下一次打个电话给你好了。Picks Harley Benton Fusion 2 is amazing. Yes, roasted neck. Yeah, good. Hello, Roman. Roman Spectre. Spectre? Okay. How are you? Good. Fellow French. Bien. Claude, by the way, it'd be really nice if you can share us the backing tracks you use for guitar demos. They are really nice and awesome. I can't share them because it's not right, because I bought those backing tracks, and that's not the way to go. If they are available, like I said, in iTunes, and they're not expensive. They're not really expensive. You can buy the whole album. It's just like buying an album, and a whole lot of tracks for you to kind of like, practice the guitar. So look under backing tracks in iTunes, and you'll find them. Yeah. Sorry. Oh my good lord, you guys are speaking French. My French is not very good. In fact, my French is no good at all. I've that left. I have become the Harley Benton Te with maple neck, a great guitar for the price to become one. Okay, you wanted to buy one, right? So the Te with the maple neck, it's okay. The Te is okay. You know. Hi Chuck from Washington D.C. Okay, what got you into playing guitar? Chicks. No. What got me into playing guitars? The love of music. Yeah, I got into playing the guitar because I was listening to a whole bunch of songs back in the 70s, rather back in the 60s when I was growing up. But then I was just too young. Like, you know, by the time I hit the adolescent age, you know, about 11, 12, you know, I just wanted to play those songs that I love, and that's why I picked up the guitar. But it was an acoustic guitar, you know, and it was much later on when Eagles happened into my life that I just wanted to play solos, and that's how I picked up electric guitars, and that's where a whole bunch of rock groups came in, like Bad Company and Deep Purple and stuff like that. Yeah, that's how I got started. It's basically just a love of guitar. Hi CC, how are you? Claude, yeah, I mean it's on Facebook. I mean it's on iTunes. Sorry. Hold on, I'm just gonna give you a link to it. It's very simple. You go down to iTunes Store. You just search for backing tracks, right? And then you have a whole lot of stuff coming up. Yep. You can actually search and do a search and just type in guitar backing tracks, and it will show you a whole bunch of albums. And the one that I really like are from this these people. They call themselves. Hold on, let me just get you the name. Okay, they're called Guitar Team something. I'm gonna put the name down, so you can also search for them here. Right? So you just check it out, right? Right, Claude? Rafael de Souza? Wait, what? You're not American? No, I'm not American. I'm Singaporean. Okay, one boy. Everyone give Jonathan. Oh, you're such a sweetheart. Yeah, hit the like button. We have 32 people and I have half of you guys liking this video. So if you like the video, hit the like button. All right. And yes, Pool Elevated Jam tracks have some great offerings for backing tracks too. Yeah. So they have a whole bunch of guys, and I'll pay money for them because there's work involved, and it's not really that much, you know. Some of the backing tracks are, you know, so, but some of them are really well done. Yep. So you can go in iTunes and kind of shop around for the backing tracks that are available. Mikkel, oh, okay, so you're talking to that left. Boy, why ain't Taman sponsoring me? I don't know. But they are in a way. They are sending, they're sending guitars to me, and they sent the Fusion Pro 2, the TT. They send these guitars to me, the CLD 241. So in a way, yeah, they're giving me these guitars. They're passing me this guitar for review, and I get to keep them. So I'm happy with that, you know. I made you buy a SC550. You like it? Do you like it, one boy? Yes, Pascal, I have requested for the Dullahan. That's why it's called, the headless. But I still have yet to hear from them. So, yeah, we'll see how it goes. Salazar. Hi, Jonathan. Your channel made me love Harley Benton guitars. Okay, bought one, and now I have the chance to buy a repaired headstock Gibson SG Standard. Wow. How much will you pay for that? Looks good. I don't really know. You want to buy a neck of the Gibson SG Standard, just the neck or the whole guitar, with a repair headstock. So I need to be I need to know a little bit more. Okay, Claude. It's okay, Zach. It's okay. 没问题 Hi, Mike. Sorry. Hi, Mike. How are you? You love the SC550? Good. I actually in the process of doing some mod. Oh yes, Zach. Thank you. That was in Chinese, right? But the interview was done in Chinese. But the reporter, she's bilingual, so she speaks English. So when she interviewed me, it was in English. But I've been to radio station where they asked me questions in Chinese and I spoke in Chinese, which is pretty rare. But I'll get by. I survived. Yeah. I want to show you something. I want to show you guys something. I bought this in. I'm just waiting for it to arrive. Can you see this? I don't know where can you see this. Can you see this? Is it clear? Can you see this? Can you see that? Okay, you guys tell me what do you think this is? Pooh! All Thomas sent me was a shirt. You lucky you had a shirt. Some strap locks and a coffee cup. But I only got 250 subs. Just, dude, you had it made. Thomas sent me, I don't know what they sent me. They sent me like a notepad, and that's about it, and a couple of stickers. Yeah. I know. I gotta keep the guitars anyway. So that's a bridge. Very good picks. Yeah, nice telly. Very good. Yeah. So it's paisley design, right? So guess where this is going to? Yeah, right. My black paisley, the TE70, the Harley Benton TE70. Oh, you like that? You like the shirt, do you? Mikkel, I hope they keep sending stuff to you because I bought several pieces of Harley Benton gear thanks to you. Yeah, tell them. In the review, just tell them, where, who. Like, if you guys bought anything from Tom, it'll be great. Like, if you could just state in the comment, like, for example, like they ask you to review what you bought. Yeah, and if it's me who influenced you, just tell them, like, it's because I saw this in Jonathan's video and stuff like that, Wally, sorry, Todd. John, is a Maestro still in your possession? Which Maestro are you talking about? I reviewed 2, so which one are you talking about? Why did Gibson quality sucks? I don't know. You gotta ask Gibson. Yeah, the quality actually went from bad to worse. Yeah. So, but I think it's picking up again. So I'm not really sure. Jonathan, the funny thing is I have a 4K, a 4000 Gibson, and the headstock fell over out of the blue. Wow. Yeah, that's ridiculous. Paisley HB, yes. Yeah, telling Jonathan sent you. Yeah, thank you, Mikhail. Yeah, so that bridge is for the black Paisley Telecaster, the TE70, which I thought would really look really nice. Now I'm looking for the knobs, which I have a nice knobs. They are like bronze, which I think will go well together with that bridge. The only thing that I am not willing to part with the original bridge is because of the saddles. They are brass saddles. And I like the brass, and that's the selling point of the guitar, the TE70. I bought the TE70 because of the brass saddles. You know, you have the 3 brass saddles. But I think it should be okay. I'm just gonna test it, and if the bridge doesn't work, you know, I'll just put it one side and pass it to a friend of mine or anything like that, you know. All right, Pooh, you take care. Yeah, you take care. Zach, yeah, it's good. Sometimes we think it's bad for musicians these days, but in your interview, encourage many people. Yeah, still need diligence in our life. It's very helpful. I'm glad. Yeah, I'm glad. It's hard. It's hard. It's hard for a lot of musicians. You know? What? Victoria KOSB. What's? Oh, no, I don't have that. I don't have that. I never. The Victoria. Oh, that one. Yeah, I gave it back today in this in the afternoon because he came by. He came by and dropped 2 dreadnoughts in a line on Maestro with me. So one of them is here in the room, and I gave him back. Yeah, that Victoria and another guitar which I didn't review. Yeah, I kept the double O because I was thinking of doing something with that guitar, probably a cover soon. Yes, Scooter, how are you, brother? Jason G, hi Jonathan, have you ever tried a Fender Princeton reissue? Do you try overdrive through it that you liked? Well, no, I haven't tried. I've tried Princeton before. I love the amp, small and nice, but I haven't tried all the things that you just told me. Yeah. Chuck, you got a Paisley hollow body coming in today. Can't wait to play it. Cool, nice. What is it? A PRS? Hi, Lewis. Where you from? Where you from, Lewis? Thank you, Rafael D'Souza. Thank you so much. Where are you from, Rafael? Hi, Hurricane Moon. I'm good. I'm good. Oh, Scooter, I need instructions on how to join your Patreon. I go to your site and it doesn't work. Well, you got me there. Have you clicked onto the link on the on my site? So let me just try this, right? So now this is the link that you're supposed to click on, and sometimes it will not take you there because I don't know, sometimes the link doesn't work, so you have to cut and paste it and put it on your browser. I'm gonna try this, right? Oh, something is down. Why? Oh. That's strange. Oh, I see. Okay, now just okay. I'm gonna tell you now how to do this, Scooter. Okay, I'm gonna type the link to Patreon. So this is Patreon, and once you're there, are you there yet? Once you're there, on the top you'll find this column where it says Find a Creator. So just type down my name, Jonathan Cole. Right? You see my name there. Just click on it, and then you'll hit it will go to the page, my Patreon page, and then you can just click on Become a Patron, and then it will just kind of guide you on how to go about doing it. Yeah, I'm kind of like weird. Yeah, it's like so weird, like, you know. Oh man, why is it not having that link? It's so strange. I mean, all this time the link doesn't work. So you got that, Scooter? Anyway, let me know if you if you're lost again. Hi, Mike. Yes, you enjoy the Martins. Yeah, it's an interesting guitar, isn't it? It's like what? Right? Wait, where are you? You're on a bicycle ride? So basically, that guitar was made from mango. It has mango everywhere. Side, back, and the front. Interesting sound. It doesn't sustain though. Um, Mango, as some of you might know, is a dead wood, so it doesn't really resonate. You know, but nice. I like the tone. Very unique. So guys, if you want to support this channel, there are two ways to go about it. One is to like what Scooter is trying to do, join the Patreon page and be like a patron, like a sponsor, And the other one, of course, is the super chat and the super stickers and whatever you can click on, and then you can help, just buy me a coffee or stuff like that. Buy me a chocolate cake if you want to. Anyway, yeah. Pascal, I'm interested on the Teddy Paisley. Could you give me a link to see and order? You search, Pascal, search Thomann and go for TE70. Right, search for this, and you would get the link in Thomann. Oh, all right, Mr. Les, you got it? You went in? Okay, cool. That's strange. JCW, first link is okay from here. All right. So it works. Harley? Oh, nice. Yeah, Arizona is a nice place to go. Yeah, to go, like, cross country with a bike. Dusty, though. Hey guys, hit the like button, please. You have like 32. You guys only have like 23 now, 23 likes. Actually, work right away to be a patron. All right, okay, Mikhail. Yeah, like I said, if you want to support this channel, yeah, you can support through Patreon. That's a good way to support. Famer, what's your favorite Harley Benton? The Fusion Pro 2 GT. Yeah, that's my favorite. Mr. Last 56, where are you from? No, Famer, I don't. I don't own a PRS or a Sir. They're too rich for me. I can't afford it. And Rafael D'Souza, where are you from? And Luis Figuera, where are you from? Oh, thank you, Zach. For a while, I go like, whoa, 150块, but it's 550块. Thank you, NT. Thank you. It's been a long time. 很久了，很久没有就是用台币嘛，就是很久没有那个感受了。谢谢 Zach. Thank you so much. All right, Scoot. Okay. Drive right safe. David asking, how are you, David? Are you still around, David? Hi, Brent Hutchinson. Where are you from, Brent? Whoa. Your sister lives in Arizona. Which part of Arizona, CC? I thought you're in Singapore. Are you in Singapore, CC? Thank you, Mr. Les. I won't. Thank you so much. Yeah, Mr. Les, where are you from? She's a good friend with the cactus. Sorona Park. That's the place where I went when I was in Tucson. Yeah, all the cactus. Everything is cactus. Oh. You're in NYC. Okay. All right, Brighton area. Great to know. Okay, I'm gonna cut off the humidifier. It's making me woozy. I'll bring out the air conditioning a bit. She's in Phoenix. Oh, cool. I was in Phoenix for a while. Went there to serve in the church there for the weekend. Yeah, nice place. Hi, cats. How are you, honey? In New York. Oh, cool. How is it in New York? How you guys doing in New York? I believe the fatality rates have gone down significantly. All right. Oh, the situation is way better in New York right now. So CC and you are in the same state. Is my phone on silent? No, I don't think so. Right? Hey, Mikhail, we just came in. You just thank you for being part of Patreon. Thank you so much, Mikhail. CC, just wondering, your Mandarin sounds like Taiwanese Mandarin. Yeah, that's because I converse a lot with Taiwanese producers and musicians. So, like I said many times, I don't speak a word Chinese. So when I was working as a recording engineer, I had a hard time communicating with all the Taiwanese producers because they were babble and grabble in Taiwanese Chinese, and I couldn't understand a single word they're saying. So the only saving grace is Minanyu, which is a dialect. For some of you guys, it's a Chinese dialect called Minanyu, which is in Singapore we call it Hokkien. And when I started speaking Hokkien, which is very different from the Taiwanese, at least they can't understand what I'm trying to say. And then it's from there that I kind of slowly picked up the Mandarin. And it's because of years of liaising with the Taiwanese that I begin to pick up on the accent. Yeah. You just sat down and started stream. Oh, okay, cool. All right, okay. That's good to know. That's good to know. Mr. Les 56. Yeah, I think everywhere around in the world there's a bit of a glimmer of a light of hope, because I guess the fatality rates have dropped significantly. Well, especially in Singapore, the fatality rates have gone down to 0 for a couple of months now. I mean, we kind of stopped it around April or March or late March. We kind of stopped the fatality rates. I guess in other countries too, yeah. But it's always tricky when we're dealing with the elderlies. It goes with underlying health problems. But I guess the hospital has kind of managed to know how to treat COVID-19 as the best way possible. Zach, what's the clean and dirt amp model kept in the Helix you use sound great? I used a couple, Zach. I used okay, I'm gonna open up my Helix so you can see. Would you like that? I use a couple for the what you call that, and if you guys are Helix owners, you might just want to take a snapshot of what I'm going to show you, and then you can kind of fool around with whatever you have. Just kind of spend some time on this, and you have any question, just let me know. Okay. I'm just gonna put a, what should I do here? Window capture. Window capture. Let me see now. Just bear with me, okay? It's been a long time. Control panel. No. What's this? Effects? No. This one? No. Oh my good lord, where is it? Mixing board. Choose track, demo guitars. No. Oh, I can't find it. That's bad. Why can't I find it? Digital performers, demo guitar. No. Sweet. Wait for me. You guys talk about yourself first, okay? Oh man, I can't find it. How come? So weird. Okay, I'm not gonna use window capture now. It doesn't work. So display capture. What does it do? Okay, display capture. Okay, so this one. So I hope you guys can see this. Okay, I'm gonna transit right now. Okay, can you guys see this? Alright, so I'm gonna just show it to you real fast if I can. Alright, so basically this is how my signal chain goes in. This is, I think, the second time I show you guys. So if you guys are Helix owners or you know, Storm users or whatever, you know, just you need to take screenshots, you can go ahead and do it. So basically I have from my get-go, you have the what you call it, the host, and you have the noise gate right here. Okay, so this is actually a noise gate which is on the get-go. This is one of the reasons why I love Helix so much. So I can actually set the threshold of the noise gate. All right, and then right after that, this is my kind of a clean channel thing. All right, and then I'll go through a wah, because that's what I have on my Helix, and then the amp. So right now, what is this doing here? This is not the amp. No, this is not. This is something else. Okay, this is the one that we're talking about. Okay, let's just go for this. This is a lead. All right, so again, the noise gate. All right, and then I have a compressor, and I use the deluxe compressor, and yeah, you can set whatever ratios you have over here. Right, and then for a lead sound, a clean lead sound, I'll tend to boost up the release just a little bit so that it's a bit rounder. And then I have a distortion over here. You can have a whole lot of distortion to select from. I'm using a air apparent. You can have like certain stuff, like, you know, certain distortion pedals or whatever you want to choose. It's all here, a whole lot. So you can choose all this, and then subsequently comes the wah, which is only activated or only available on the floorboard, but you know, it's here. And then the amp. Right, so I normally use the US double. So basically this is based off the Fender deluxe amp, you know, and there are a couple that I like. One of it is this, which is the Fullerton normal. I really like this amp a lot. This amp simulation is really nice. It has such a warm tone. The equalization and whatever you have here is pretty different from what you would normally see, but it's okay. Sorry, where are we? Okay. Yeah, so it's okay. You get all these parameters to work out. You know, you can kind of like EQ whatever you want to do. And then I have instead of going to a cab, I go to an IR, impulse response. So I bought this from what's that impulse response? I'll let you know. Sigma, right? Three Sigma. So these are the, I guess it comes from the vintage pack or something like that, where you have all the JCM and the old Fender tweets and stuff like that, the basement amps, and these are all like captures of the speaker cabinet, so real nice IRs, and I'm using this. But what I do right here is that on the IR itself, I will have a high and low cut, so I cut I'll cut down the lows at 95 hertz, and I will taper off at the 82 kilohertz. So I don't think a guitar, in fact I can even go lower if I want to, but I just had it at a safe level. Anyway, anything lower than 95 or even 100, you're not gonna pick up anything, so I just kind of like cut it off. And then subsequently, you can actually adjust all you want, like a level, and then you have the EQ. I always have an EQ right after my IR, because this is where I kind of like final shape the sound. This is just a, how should we call it, a fail-safe, like a plan B. So the main EQ is on the amp itself, right? And you can EQ all you want, but ultimately at the end, you can actually kind of like do your final adjustment, like like here I have this parametric EQ where I can choose which frequency I want to taper off, and right now my low is at now. I have a gain boost of 0.6 dB, and I have it at 1.1 kilohertz, and then for my high gain I have a 0.6 dB again at 6.1 kilohertz. So yeah, so this is something that I do. And apart from this, like on the floorboard, you have the global EQ. So you have actually 3 stages of EQ to work, to work your sound. I'll tell you why. If you guys want to know why I use global EQ, you can ask me the question later. Subsequently, after that, I will probably use all these other effects. Like right here, I have a tremolo, and I have a doubler here somewhere. Yeah, a double take, and then it goes down, and then I have the volume, which is the volume pedal on the Helix floorboard. And right after that is where all the time-based units are from. So I can have a whole lot of delays and whatever I want to, but I don't want to complicate matters too much. So I have a simple delay. It's a vintage digital, and this is all my balancing. Right, I don't have it too loud unless I really want it too loud, unless I really want it really loud. And then I have reverb. I'm using a plate right now, so you can see I have it at what 20, 28, sometimes even lower. But there's a new reverb which I really like. I have to go to stereo. This one, Glitz. I love this reverb a whole lot, and this is so nice, so juicy and so atmospheric that you can have it loud and have that kind of like ambience kind of effect. But when you taper it down to what I'm doing, to maybe about 25% or 22%, it tapers off really nicely. Yeah, and that's about it. So this is my clean section. So your question to me was what sort of amp. So these are all the amps I choose from. So I like the Fullerton. I like the Fender Deluxe, and I also like the Twin Reverb. And there's another favorite of mine, which is right here, the Cali, the Cali Texas, right? Cali Texas are really good. And there's a clean channel here, so you can kind of like cut down, like for example, you can cut down your drive, and you can get a really nice clean sound from this amp too. Yeah. So for my solo, or rather my crunch, you can see that I'm actually going for a stereo setup where I have a bi-amp. I have one amp on one side and another amp on the other side, and they are panned left and right. So yeah, you have actually, if you buy a Helix or a Helix Native, there is a patch that comes in that has a stereo setup, and all you need to do, like what I did, was just to follow the preset and kind of like modify it accordingly to your choice and selection of amps. All right. Hope this helps. Are you confused yet? What's that song? Is that song by Jimi Hendrix? Dazed and Confused. Alright, so where are you guys? Oh, my wife is in a nursing home and she got COVID-19 a couple of months. Oh, okay. Well, that's good to know. I mean, not the fact she has COVID, but the fact that she's fine. Okay, that's great. Yes, Orion, I do speak Hokkien. Oh, thank you. I gotta check out Brent's channel one day. Maybe after this. Mike, it seems that CDC has not been telling the truth. I guess it's down to 6%. It's a far cry from the original numbers. What's 6%? Orange Quest, it's good to know that you speak Hokkien. Okay, my wife is a nurse. Okay. I really did not like the fact that on the US, the official says masks were effective and unnecessary, and later admit that they were saying this to prevent panic. Yeah, we had the same thing over here, but what happened is the government was pretty spot on when we came to this, because we somehow Singaporeans, we are really obedient, in many ways. But the government actually came out front and told us why they told us not to wear masks, but to keep ourselves safe at home and to practice social, because they, like what CDC said, they are afraid of a shortage of PPE and masks because of their dire needs in the hospital, which I understand. But somehow the government has galvanized the industry over here in Singapore. We know, have you heard of this brand called Razer? Now Razer produces keyboards, gaming keyboards and mice and mouse pads and stuff for gaming, and they're based in Singapore. And somehow Razer has rise up to the occasion and produce masks, pardon the pun. So we are not in shortage of masks since late March, right? Okay. Martin. Hi, Martin. What's my favorite acoustic guitar? The D35. That's my favorite. Looks complicated. Yeah. Okay, so you guys are talking among yourselves. Cool. Pascal, I'd like to change the pickguard in a mirror one on my HP Tally Black Paisley, but dimensions are specific. Do you know where I can find? No, I do not know. I actually tried to get a sort of alkalic pickguard from my what you call that, my TE70, but yeah, Wayne, remember Wayne managed to get one, but it didn't fit in the hole, and because it's transparent, it's acrylic, so it's kind of messy. So I didn't install it in the end. I could still do it, painting the parts and filling out the holes and painting it black, and so you can hide it. But I guess it's too much work for Wayne. Yeah, the poor boy, he's up to his neck with work. Anyway, Andy Dion, how are you? Dazed and confused. Sir. What's that, David? What's that, Brent? What? Wow. Mikael Johansson. Sorry, John. For what? What are you guys saying sorry for? Yeah. Okay. Good. Good. It's good to know. Brent, I'm in Singapore for a mine there. For a while there I got a blank. Yeah, I'm in Singapore. All right, Mikael. Take care. So Salasa, you can get. Oh, you're talking to SARS. Okay. Hi Jonathan. How do you get the guitars you show from Florida? All right, cool. Well, some I buy. But most of them are from the local shops. I used to patronize these shops when I was starting out in my music career, so I had a long history with them. So some of the shops has gone from the father to the son, and I still maintain the relationship. So yeah, that's how I got my guitars from them, and it's great because they're so willing to do this, because a lot of some stores are not willing to do that. The biggest music store in Singapore is, I guess, is Sweetie. Yeah, and they're not bad because fact of the matter is I knew the former boss of Sweetie really really well, and that would have been a gold mine for this channel because you know Sweetie carries Gibsons, Fenders, Music Man, Taylor now, Music Man. Did I say Music Man? Okay, Ibanez, and you know back in the days I would probably have like first dip on all those, but they change management, which is which is expected, you know. So right now the whole thing is very corporate. So I had to deal with a certain department or a certain department, and they're nice. They that's how you got to see all those Fender guitars and stuff. Is because of this department called Band Lab, which you probably heard. And they are the ones I requested for the chord. And they managed to get it for me, so that's how I got the review out for you guys. Yep. All right, Brent. Okay. All right. You take care. And of course, there's some sort of guitars from Harley Benton. They all sent me the guitars because they kind of like my channel, so they approached me and asked me whether what I want to review, what guitars do I want to review, and I guess it's like it's a trade-off. Like they'll give me the guitars to keep. Yeah. Zach, Fender Deluxe normal channel and Cali channel 1 in the Helix are very good for clean sound. Yes, they are. But something might just change my mind. I think I won't wait for the alarm because it's like, where's the alarm supposed to be? I'm just wondering where's Siri has forgotten the alarm. I'm gonna open this up. Ugh. Can you guess what this is? Okay, I'm gonna tell you guys what this is. This is the Kemper Profiler stage. Woohoo! Okay, you guys probably can't see this. Alright. And got power supply. Nice. Heavy. This is as heavy as my Helix. Maybe just a tad lighter. Instruction manual. It's almost as thick as the instruction manual for my car. When I used to have a car, which I don't anymore. Good Lord, that would take up a lot of time to read. Let's get it over and done with. Get it out. Yeah. Okay. Oh, nice. But it's heavy. It's like the Helix. So this is a Kemper Life. Interesting, huh? So many ins and outs. I believe they have two sets of effects loop. Yeah. Good thing is that they have a XLR out too. Stereo XLR out. Let's check this out for a while. What do they have here? They have two sets of stereo ins and outs for your effects loop. You have three sets of outs, SPDIF out, and you're able to hook up 4 pedals for this. It doesn't come with a pedal, not like the Helix, right? There's no pedals, so you will have to buy either a Mission pedal or Mission has some nice pedals that's catered for the Kemper, so yeah. And then you have MIDI in and out, 2 USB, one with that kind of like a thicker head for syncing with your computer, because you can actually download the editor, the Kemper editor, and you can actually do all your editing on your computer screen instead of bending down to it. And then you have a USB stick where you can save everything and just pop it in, and it will just, oh, there you go, see. Alright, sorry I didn't wait. Yeah, I saw a little bit of the video, very interesting, and I don't know, but I kind of like the sound I'm hearing from the video, so we'll see. We'll play around with this this will take a couple of days to play around with, to kind of like, but I'm not gonna go for in-depth, because I'm gonna return this, just to kind of like get the best sound of it and let you guys hear what this thing is capable of. So watch out for the review. Crazy manual. Oh my good lord. Oh, I say it's in Deutsch. Right? We have Deutsch here. We have we have Spanish too. And good lord, what do we have here? French. Yeah. We have French. We have Italian. Okay, so it's basically a, yeah, I think the actual manual is like this thick. Yeah, that's about it. So it's not too bad. Alright, so okay. How much? I don't know, man. Oh, how much is the Harley Benton? Which Harley Benton are you talking about? Check the price at Thoman's website. Yeah, I don't have the price. Hi, Lamb. The pedal is still coming. Had a few other. Hey, don't worry about it, Lamb. No need to rush. Well, at least you remember, so it's good to know that you remember. Yeah. Blues Valero. It sounded like John said, "Herbish thing." Oh dear. You almost bought the Kemper stage. Wow. How much the Kemper? I don't know. I seriously don't know. I think it's about 2,650 US. Oh. Yeah. I need a degree. Yeah, doctorate. Yeah, probably doctorate. No, I think it's. I don't think it's that difficult. I don't think it's that hard. I think it's quite easy, and that's why they call it a Kemper Live. Yeah. So the next one. Oh, Jack is not here yet, so I'm probably going to show this to Jack again when he comes in there. This is the Maestro traditional dreadnought. I think it's a traditional original one. Yeah, traditional dreadnought. I have no information on the specs yet, so I got to find out from Hosan, who's the owner of Maestro. I guess they have like certain like similar appointments, like mahogany neck, bone nut, and then you have this binding, which is like a flame maple binding side here, right? I'm guessing this is an Adronic spruce top, and these are, I don't know, I have no idea. What do you think this wood is? Does it look like walnut to you, or does it look like rosewood or mahogany? What do you think? What? Blues Bolero. What happened? What do you think about the Harley Benton Te 90? 90 I don't know, man. I haven't tried the P90 pickups. I'm not really a big fan of P90 pickups. Yeah. So I'm gonna try this guitar. See how it sounds like. Looks like rosewood, huh, Lam? Yeah. Yeah, it looks like rosewood to me too. But I was trying it in the living room just now, and I was kind of impressed with how big this guitar actually sounds. A thought just crossed my mind. Wouldn't it be good to have like a live review of a guitar instead of like doing what I usually do, like recording all the stuff down and all that? It would be great, right? Okay. I'm gonna off the air conditioning for a while so you guys can hear how it sounds like. Let me just pick ready. What do you guys think? I thought it sounded bigger in the living room. Yeah. Yeah, it's a very balanced. Yeah, it's a kind of balanced sound. Interesting. Anyway, It will probably sound different on the tube mic that I usually use. So it's okay. What? It looks like rosewood to me. Yeah, sure looks like rosewood to me too. And why don't I like P90s? It's not that I don't like P90s. I like P90s. It's just that given a choice of getting a guitar with P90s, I would not go there. I would rather get a guitar with humbucker. Yeah, that's my rationale. That left. Okay, so it's what 1,555 euros. Yeah. Ooh. Yep. It reminds you of a sunburst lamp. Yeah, it's beautiful, right? Yeah, nice. I like the fact that it has a slotted headstock. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Thomas, Kemper is absolutely amazing stuff. It sounds so good and realistic, like real tube amp. Can't wait for your test. 1,590 euros on Thomas. Yeah, I know. Lamb is giving you gas. Huh? Yeah. Hi John. Have you ever thought of testing acoustic guitar pickups or something like this? Harley Benton True Tone Proactive. I couldn't paste the link because it gets blocked by YouTube. Oh really? No. I don't know what sort of pickups are you talking about? Are you talking about that, those the long ones where you hooked on across the sound hole, or Paisley pickups? I have no experiences with the True Tone pickups. Yeah. Sounds great, huh? Yes. Yeah, it probably sound better with, better mic. I mean, I'm just using the Deity shotgun mic, which is good enough, but, yep. T. Jackson, hey Jonathan, have you tried one of those Nooks? Yeah, that's the one I wanted to try, but apparently I couldn't get hold of one in Singapore. I had to order in, which I don't want to pay money, Thank you, Pascal. Wow, David, good for you. Have a fun day. He's playing golf. He beat that. Wow. Okay, so yeah, those bar, like like a pickup. Yeah, I haven't tried those yet. Yeah, maybe one day I'll ask them to send me one. Yeah, probably I can put in a request. So they're from Harley Benton. Okay, Bruce Valero. I will try. Blues Orange, are you still around? I was telling my wife the other day. I told her that on the last live stream, a couple of you guys asked me to tell you guys ghost stories, spooky stories spooky encounters that I encountered during my work as a musician, and she was laughing all over the place. Says, "What?" Yeah, I'm a regular storyteller right now. So I was thinking of sharing something today. Do I play harmonica? No. God, I tried once. I bought a chromatic harmonica many years ago at a very good price. Oh, where is it? I think I gave it to a friend. Yeah, I couldn't for the life of me. Yeah. Already here. I thought you were gonna sleep. So yeah, she was laughing because she finds it really funny that I was telling stories, ghost stories. But tonight I was thinking of sharing something with you guys about, and maybe ask you, what do you guys think about part of a human nature that's called pride? And I'm guessing some of you are musicians here, and some of you are not, probably, but you love and probably have played in places, played with a band, with people, socially. So pride, what does it do to you as a musician or as someone who plays music? Have you met anyone that is so prideful that it just turns you off? And have you on any occasions have been proud and have stumbled people along the way, especially young musicians? You know, yeah. yeah, I have a couple of ghost stories, but we'll leave that later. And no, I've not tried the Fisherman Fluence. I actually called Jackson. I actually called Davis Music today and spoke to this lovely Janet, and I asked her like, do they have any guitars with the Fluence pickup? And she says, unfortunately, no, they're all sold out. So I have to wait for the next batch. Yeah. So what do you guys think about? Okay, Todd. Okay. I'll see you later. So what do you guys think about the subject of pride? As I was starting this career as a musician, we didn't have any of that because we were playing among so-called like semi-professionals and amateur groups. There wasn't any proud musicians to begin with. Everybody's like so willing to help one another, and especially for me as a newbie, I can learn a lot of stuff from those guys who were willing to share. Like I've shared many times where sometimes you get players, like you go to a place and watch a band play, and the guitarist is like on fire, and you head on to the front and you want to see what is he playing, and he saw you and he turns around and not show you what he just played. And that was a big turn off for me because I had it happen to me. So I was going like, what are you doing? I come here to enjoy your playing and to see how you do it. And it's not a question of me copying you, because I know that I'm not that good enough to copy what you did. But just to watch you play is, it's such a beautiful thing. But yet that guitarist has chosen to hide it from me in such a awkward manner that it set me reeling psychologically. It set me reeling, and that affected me for the longest time. And when I started playing professionally, then I found out that there were a lot of proud musicians. And one of the things that they throw around back in the days is that you had to be a proud person. You had to be proud of your craft. You have to be proud of what you do, because if you're not proud of what you do, you're not going to get far. You must have a little bit of an egoistical nature in you to kind of swagger your way into the industry. And you know what? I don't think that's correct at all. Sorry. Who just said this just now? Was it Lamb? Yeah, you said pride can be a wonderful thing, an emotion to bask in at a time to true glory, and it's a special thing to share. But it is a double-edged sword. Yeah, the ego must be kept under control, which unfortunately is not always under control. And I mean, if you're proud of your achievement, fine, that's pride in a positive way. Like, and I remember it's the first time when I saw my name on the album cover, right? Guitar, Jonathan Cole, and I was so stoked. I was so happy. I was jumping up and down, showing it to my then, she's my wife then. Yeah, show it to my wife and say, look, my name was on the CD cover. And you couldn't help but to share the joy of your achievement. But that's a good thing. And I'm talking about a bad one where ego gets into the picture, where you kind of look down on people and talk down to people, and swagger in a way where like as if you own the stage, or you own, like I've seen guys who comes into the studio and they'll have this air around them, and yeah, I see that all the time, and it just makes me sick. But there's also the other ones that comes in with false humility. You guys know what I'm talking about. Guys who are proud in nature but trying to hide it on the guise of being humble. And those are the guys that you just want to strangle them, but it's just two-faced. And I meet a whole lot of these people, and I'm not ashamed to say that I even was one of them at one time. That was way before I became a believer in Jesus Christ. But I was playing to that whole game, the whole scene. Everybody's like that. Everybody talks like that. Everybody goes like, hi, how are you doing? But they don't mean it. So it gets to me after a while, and it was a good thing because God pulled me out of the circle and finally understand what is true humility, understand what it is to love one another, and to help one another. And right after I became a Christian, my whole attitude changed. Like, I would go to gigs, and I know that I have a reputation, right? And my reputation wasn't all good. The reputation was like I was hard to please because I want certain things, like But who doesn't want certain things on stage as a professional musician? Like if I come and I give you my rider, what's a rider, right? A rider is a requirement of my musical instruments and what I needed for the stage. So if you ask me for my rider, I give you a rider, and I expect you to honor that rider. So if I ask for 2 front monitors, I didn't even request for an amp. That's the reason why I use Line 6 stuff for the longest time. I didn't even request you for an amp because half the time you won't have the amps that I want. So I request for a stereo rider, stereo stage monitors, 2 guitar stands or 3, a good sturdy music stand for me to put my stuff, my charts and everything. Simple, right? And you got one thing to do and you can't even do it right. I will come on stage and I have only 1 monitor. But I'm going stereo. So what's the point? And they'll give me all sorts of excuses, and I will blow my top. And I say I won't play until you give me the other monitor and hook me up in stereo, because that's not what I want. And I have this reputation, but it's not an unfair reputation. I'm not like a diva. I'm just expecting to have things that you ask, and I told you my requirement, and I expect you to fulfill that. Of course, there will be an off chance that one of the monitor speaker is broke, right? It's spoiled, somehow it got knocked about, the speaker cone is broken. Fine, I can understand that. I'll go stereo, I'll go mono, if that's the case. There's no 2 ways about it. So I have this reputation of a no, you don't mess with him because he wants certain requirements and he needs to have it. But at the same time, I try to help, especially the sound crew or the roadies that were provided, and I would strike out friendships with them. I would converse with them. I'm not aloof as to not to speak to them because they're lower than me. No, I love them the same way, and they understand that. And so sometimes when I work with the stage crew in China, like I told you how I tour last time, I would fly out on Thursday and I'll leave on Sunday. So almost every week. So sometimes in Singapore I would think about them and I'll buy stuff like tidbits and stuff like that, and I'll buy it, and when I went over I would just pass it to them for them to try and eat, and they were appreciative of that. And it came to the point where kindness works both ways. It came to the point where they were so close to me that I was doing this tour for 2 years, right? So it's the same setup in different cities. I will come on stage and all my stuff will be set up. I didn't even have to break up my effects. Everything they just did it for me. They broke up the effects for me. They hook up everything. They make sure everything is okay. They kind of know by the 6th or the 5th show. They kind of know what I wanted, and they have it all set up. And I would just go on stage and I would just play. And I was so appreciative of that I kept on saying thank you. And they say, no, it's okay. 老师 is okay. In Chinese it says, no, Maestro is okay. It's our pleasure. You don't get that sort of thing. They don't do it for everyone. That's what I'm trying to tell you. And I guess being humble is definitely a requirement. Being a nice guy is definitely a requirement if you want to go far in the music business. And working nice and working well with people, in your band, in the sound crew. Well, occasionally you get a-holes, but it's up to you how to reciprocate with people like that. I have my fair shares, I've dealt with a-holes before, and it's for me, you know, it just it's just up to me whether I want to dispense them grace or not, you know. So sometimes I'll give it to them what they deserve, um, but I try to be gentle as much as possible, right? Yeah. So that's my take about pride, especially in the music business. Wow. Okay. All right. So I just went on and on. So you guys were just like putting all your comments here. Okay. CC, pride is a self-assessment of yourself. Well, that's a good pride, right? Being proud of your achievements, you know. But we're talking about the other ones that are not good. All right, that left. You take care. Whoa, paprika. Oh, okay, nice. T. Jackson, maybe that. No, he wasn't lip syncing his guitar. Kendrick's Who, yes. Taking pride in your work means having high standards for yourself. It would be a sin if you look down on other people just because you did something great. Yes, that's right. Have you ever thought to write a book? You always have wise assertions. No. Thank you, Bruce Valero. Yes, pride should be reaffirming. It's a good feedback, but it doesn't mean anything in terms of true status. Yes, you're right. I work with a few big name producers and I know exactly what you're talking about. Okay. Pride comes before a fall, as the Bible says, right? Pascal, I've seen that you are playing with Music Man guitars in your videos. What do you think? I love Music Man guitars. Yes. The Luke is one of my favorite guitars. Tim Cox, test back. My question was incomplete. Connection problem. Oh, it's okay. There's a time to act with grace. When I get handed poor equipment, I accept it. The audience will not get the best experience, but it's out of my control. Yes, like I said, if it's out of control, fine. But if you know that these guys are trying to skim costs, you know, that is totally unacceptable to me. But it also depends on the status where I'm at that moment. If I'm just a player, you know, I'm fine. You know, I'll voice out my complaints to the band leader or to the music director, and that's about it. And half the time, or most of the time, you get sorted out. You know, because we have really good stage managers and stuff like that, and they'll insist, and you find out this on the day before the rehearsal or the day before the sound check, so you can get it squared away. As a music director, no, I would demand all the music writers to be fulfilled for all musicians, because that's my part of my responsibility as a music director. So I'm very down to this, you know. I'm really down to those guys who are actually supplying the musical instruments, especially the sponsors, or rather the organizers of the shows, because sometimes they would kind of save all these little monies, God knows for what, because the show will suffer. The musicians will not get what they want, and they will not be playing in their optimized state, you know. But they don't care, so that's where I had to put my foot down and say, I'm not going to play the show until you settle all this shit. You know, if I'm a player, fine, you know, I'll just voice out my complaints to my music director or the ones who's in charge, and I'll just leave it as that. But if I'm the music director, I will have to put my foot down, right? So just in case you guys get the wrong idea that I'm not a really nice guy. Yes, Ronnie is in my other guitar down behind, underneath my bed. Yeah, the old Yamaha guitar that I have lying around. Yeah, I'll try to dig it out. I hope it's still one piece. I read under the bed, you know. Thomas, being a nice person, totally agree, and it doesn't concern only music. Oh, it concerns all walks of life, in all sorts of profession. You know, being nice is always a good thing. You know, and you know, there's always this saying that, you know, nice people don't get far. You know, you have to be nasty. But there's some truth to it. You have to know where to apply the brakes and when to let go. Yeah. Oh yes, the MD would know about it for sure. Yeah, sure. Touring with a crew is wonderful for building that stuff, but festivals are where you tell me about it. Festivals are the pits when it comes to like stuff. You know, if I would play in a festival, my expectation is way low, because you're gonna be playing with a whole bunch of guys from different bands, and they have different requirements and stuff that half the time you're not going to get what you requested for. So my expectations are really low when it comes to festivals or stuff like that. But in terms of different like straight on concerts, you would expect what you want because you have sent your writers beforehand. Who is this? QWERTY Archex? Is David still as rude as they were in the past? Good news, no. They're nice. Yeah, they've been nice for a couple of years now. Yeah, if you're gonna deal with anything, deal with Janet. Yeah, she's a sweetheart. Yeah, but generally the people in the store are pretty nice. Yeah. So I guess QWERTY, you're from Singapore too. It's gonna be 2 a.m. right now, eh? You're still awake. And the other thing that I wanted to share with you guys is about how do I go about doing a production, an album production. So I thought I'd let you guys kind of like get a understanding of the whole process of being a producer, an album producer. So what normally happens is that when I work with an artist, he would kind of like, if he's a singer-songwriter, that's the best because I love singer-songwriters, and they will write a whole bunch of songs and they would send it to me, and I would like to sit down face to face instead of like liaising through emails and stuff and chat, WhatsApp. I'm old school, so I would ask him out and say, look, on this day, you want to spend like a couple of days with me, like in my house, come on over. And we can sit down with my guitar, and you with your guitar if he plays, and run through the songs. And if that guy is like a real nice guy or a good friend of mine, I will probably have the courage and the wisdom at the same time to tell him, okay, this song doesn't cut it. This is whole process as a producer. I will tell him like, no, this song doesn't really cut it because it's pretty weak on this chorus, or it's pretty weak on the verse. And there might be songs that are really strong in the chorus but have a very weak verse, because I've been through that because I write songs, I understand. So I will sit down with him and we try to work it out. Okay, so maybe in this note, maybe we shouldn't go to this note, maybe on this chord we should change it to another chord, and the lyrics maybe we can change this, and we will work out the songs. And it's a tedious affair, like it will take probably a week or so to get everything done, and it's all pre-production. And once I have the songs done, like the way I go about doing it is like, if you're gonna come on an album for 10 songs, you better have like 15 songs at least, or as standby, like 15 songs, right? The best, the more the better, right? The more the merrier. So 15 songs is quite okay, so you work around with the 15 songs, and later on as you go around mulling over the 15 songs, you can decide which are the 10 songs that you want to do. And by which point you kind of understand, like, okay, so these are the 10 songs that we are all in favor of, right? And if I'm working with a record company, it gets a little bit complicated because the A&R people will come in, right? And they will give the 2 cents worth, which sometimes works, sometimes they just getting out from thin air. Just to prove to people that that they're working, and I like to work with artists that has the final say, and that'll be great. And once the songs are more or less confirmed, then that's where I start the production, and that's where I have to sit down for a day or two and kind of like decide which song is best suited for which arranger that is available. So I will hand the songs down to each arranger, email them the songs, and if I were to arrange a couple of songs myself, I would keep them for myself, and then the rest I would just hand out to the rest of the arrangers. And I would like kind of like tell them instructions on what to do and what sort of genre is gonna be in, and what sort of direction that I want the song to go, and I'll give specific directions to the arranger as to, you know, on verse what and verse what, and I try to get as detailed as possible, but not so much until like it's stifling for the arranger, because I believe that arrangers should have his own input, you know, his or her input into the song, because I respect arrangers that much, because all of them will bring in their own interpretation of the song, right? You hear a song in a way, and I hear it in another way. So this is what arrangers are for, because, you know, why we get an arranger if you're going to tell them everything that you're going to do? Like, you know, you might just well do it yourself. Right? So I would put on all these instructions for his arrangers, and just leave it at that, and give them a timeline to work, and then they'll yeah, it's just a matter of waiting for them. So when they come back with their mock, or rather their rough take on arrangements, then I would just tell them, okay, you probably got to do this a little bit, but I try not to change too much, because I know it's a hassle, it's a pain to revamp everything. So I try not to do that. So I'll just try to tell them, like, okay, CC. Yeah, so I'll just try to tell them, like, you know, what I need to do, what you need, what changes need to be done, and just leave it as that. And once everything is done, the MIDI track starts coming in, whatever tracks have recorded have started coming in, and it's up to me to consolidate everything. And if I'm working with an engineer, the engineer will be handling all this, and I would kind of listen to a rough mix, and then add guitars if I need to, and any other dubs. Sometimes I would just dub live drums or live bass and stuff like that. And once I get all these things done, you know, it's time for the vocal tracking. So the singers will come, work with the singers, you know, do vocal tracking with him. An album will probably take me about a week or so, maybe 2 weeks tops. You know, sometimes, you know, a singer will come in, doesn't have the voice for it, so you'll come back another day. And it is a tedious affair, you know, and different producers, you know, they work differently. For me, I don't want to spend too much time on vocal recording, because the human throat, like, you know, I've just been talking like for the past 6 hours, you know, or 4 hours, well, 3 hours, 4 hours, and you can hear, like, you know, there's a strain in my voice. So imagine a singer having a go at a song for 3 hours. You know, he's gonna go, his throat is gonna go. So I try to capture it as best as I could around the first 2 hours, and once I get there, I'll just keep it. And because of the technology today, you are able to kind of auto-tune, you know, pitching and stuff like that. But I guess the most essential part is the feel, the delivery of the song, the syncopation and stuff like that, you know, how you deliver the song vocally, and that's the most important thing. And the rest you can actually fix through technology. And that's how it is. And after the backup vocals are done, then we'll do the after the main vocals are done, then we'll add in the backup vocals. These are the things that I will leave at the last stage, because if you have a good team of backup vocals, they are able to enhance everything. You know, it's just like putting garnishes on your plate of spaghetti. You know, the final touch. Yeah. Do they put garnishes on a plate of spaghetti? I don't think so. You know what I'm talking about, right? The final touch. And good backup vocals are so vital. You know, I used to work with a team of good backup vocalists, and they are so professional. They're so fast and they're so good, and the pitch perfect. You know, these days I do backup vocals myself at home. So, but back in those days, you know, we were doing the studio, and they were excellent. And right after the backup vocals are done, final check, if there's any more overdubs to do, I will do it then, and then it's up, you know, I'll throw it to the engineer for final mix down. And it'll take a while to mix down, so I would check in every time a song is finished, done. I would come into the studio and would tell the engineer that I need to fix this, I need to play the strings a little bit, you know, to get the emotional effect, you know, stuff. And vocal is too soft. Why is the vocal too soft? The kick drum is not prominent enough, you know, stuff like that. And the engineer will try his best to kind of suit my my preference. And after everything is done, we'll have it like in a consolidated form, and then we'll send it for mastering. And yeah, so in a nutshell, this is how an album is produced. And right after that, once you have the master, you give it to the record company, The record company will start printing the stuff, the CDs, and we have it released on iTunes or whatever for the mastered audio tracks, and that's how they have to start their promotion, you know, and stuff like that. So that's how an album is produced. So I hope you guys learn something from this. First producer who said that to me was Ronnie Rogers from 80s band T-Pop. Wow, it was a shock at the time. I was very young, but he was right. Technical question. Is it possible to put a power alternator on the transistor amp? I think it should be possible though. I don't know. Ronnie, I'm here for an alibi, so anyone asks. You always crack me up, Ronnie. Then you send it for mastering and they compress to within 2 dB of its life. No, you know what? One of the problems that I face during mixing, during mixdown, is that some engineers tend to compress the heck out of a mix, and everything will be like, you know. And I only work with engineers that understands what I want, because I don't want a mix to be too compressed. It lacks all dynamics, and it's not good for the music. Definitely not good for the music. So mastering is the same thing, you know. I rejected masters from well-renowned companies more than once, you know, because I just found it to be too compressed, and they can't understand which direction I'm going. I got to give them a reference, you know, and yeah, somehow they kind of like, yeah. Nowadays, the good thing is that most mix engineers will do mastering themselves. So especially in local productions where we don't have a whole lot of budget, you know, not like the ones, you know, the big names. So the mastering is also done by the mix down engineer, which is good because I'm there to kind of see everything. Right. Right. So any more questions, guys? Because I'm going to keep this real short, maybe just hang around for another half an hour and I'm going to call it a night. So far, the questions I've answered, right? That it's late, I'm very ill, my eyes are very bad, I can see 20%. Oh my god. Are you okay, that left? Ronnie, Mr. O'Rourke, a serious question for you. What do you work as? Now don't tell me you're a stand-up comic. What do you work as? Yes, that's eye candy, Thomas. You know, on stage. But in recordings, it's a different scenario. Yeah, in recordings, you want great singers that doesn't go off pitch and whose voices blend, right? Yeah. Yes, that left. I hope, yeah. I hope things will get better for you. I'll be praying for you, that left, that your eyesight will improve, and that you will not be ill anymore. What happened to you, that left? You want to share with us? It comes and goes, yeah? You said you were ill? You're among brothers that left, so it's okay to share with us so that we can, at least some of us can know how to pray for you, you know, and yeah. But if you don't want to share, it's okay. You know, I know sometimes it can be something that you don't want to share. I can understand that. You did a session with a Welsh male voice choir once. It's incredibly powerful and moving sound. Great for BVs. Awesome. Where are you based, Lam? I know you. I know. You told me once, but I tend to forget. Where you based? Where you based at? London, England? I presume you're from. Yes, I presume you're from UK. Have you ever recorded in Abbey Road? Ah, Ian, I miss you so much, old chap. Yes. Cooking dinner at the moment. We'll be listening in. Yes. How are you doing, Ian? What are you cooking, Ian? Cardiff, Lam. You're in Cardiff. Have you heard of this studio that was from... What's this guy called? Eric Gales from 10cc? Is it Gales? What's his name? Eric something. Just do a check. I cannot let it slide. I need to know. 10cc. Eric Stewart. Yes, Eric Stewart and Lou Graham. Right. So, and the other guy, Graham Goodman. Yeah. So when the two guys left 10cc, and Eric Stewart and Graham Goodman, they were working on a studio called Strawberry Studios. If you're not mistaken. Have you any idea of that? Okay, so you grew up in Rockfield. Yes, Ian, I noticed. And you're cooking pasta, and you're recording in Abbey Road once. Awesome. I would love to make a trip down to Abbey Road the next time. I was at London a couple of years back, and me and Jimmy, we were wandering around the streets of London. Sounds like a song. Anyway, we were wandering around, and we decided to maybe find our way by walking all the way to Abbey Road, which was something that would never happen because we got lost. Yeah, so the next time if I ever do go down, I would want to pay a visit to Abbey Road. It'd be so much fun. So your grandfather used to work in Neighbours Record. Wow, the first CD pressing plant in the UK. Awesome. Yeah, so have you heard of Strawberry Studios? Founded by the chaps in 10cc. All right, Joshua. Yes, Joshua. Joshua? Hi, Jonathan. Any recommendation for voltage regulators? I'm having some noise issue with my Boss Katana. It's not the usual constant hum noise that most people experiences. No, Joshua, I'm so sorry. You might want to check out... I don't know. Who can you check out with? Where are you based, Joshua? Are you based in Singapore? Robert Davis. Hi, Mr. Cole. I'm planning on getting a CST-24 Black Flame as a mod project. After owning and loving one, what's the maximum amount of money you would recommend investing in upgrading it? Well, it depends on you. It depends on what you want to upgrade. If you like the pickups, if you don't like the pickups, you will probably have to change and swap out the pickups, right? But a CST-24 is a beautiful guitar by itself. There's not much you can do. Maybe change the knobs a little bit. If the tremolo works perfectly well. Pickups, yeah. You just probably got to spend a little bit more on pickups. Maybe some more on electronics, right? So it doesn't really cost a whole lot. Yeah, not much. Joshua, okay, you're from Singapore. So voltage regulators, you can probably ask. Gosh, who will you ask for voltage? If you were to hang out a lot in Excelsior Hotel, you can probably check out the guys from TY Music, ask them for advice, and also just seek out Davis Music and ask the people there what do they have to help you. And they're pretty helpful these days, so they'll probably give you some suggestions. I don't believe Sweetie carries voltage regulators, but you might just want to call them up and find out. Right? Okay, that left. I have a lot of diabetes, gray star, and pain in shoulders and hands and more. Okay. Alright, that left. Thank you for sharing with us. You take care. And I will pray for you. In fact, I will pray for you now. Lord, I just ask you to watch over that left, even as he experiences pain in his shoulders and body, and also losing sight in his eyes. Lord, I just pray for miraculous healing for him. No, diabetes is something that we all do not want to have. But I just pray the Lord that you will give that left the peace that no one can understand. Lord, you comfort him. And I also pray the Lord that you will give him wisdom to understand his diet and what not to eat and what to eat and when to eat. So, Lord, you watch over him, Lord. Take care of him. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. All right. Sure, Joshua, no problem. Ian, Abbey Road is really just an old house, but great sound Neve. Oh yeah. The Neve mixing board. I love Neve. Anything that has Rupert Neve in it, and I'm just totally in love. I worked with a Neve board once in Singapore. Right? They actually bought a Rupert Neve board, and I'll tell you that board. I love the sound of the board. But unfortunately, they use it as a mixing desk, but everything is mixed through Pro Tools. Can you mix that? Can you beat that? So the only thing that is good about that Rupert Neve board was the monitoring. It's ludicrous, Yeah. Anyway, that's the way it was. Oh no, yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. I'm always, back in the days we were talking about in the late 70s, when I first, or in the mid 70s, when I heard of Deceptive Bands. In case you guys haven't heard Deceptive Bands, let me see whether I have the album here. Oh, can't see. Do I have the album here, or is it outside? Yeah, I guess it's outside. Anyway, there's this album called Deceptive Bands by 10cc. And I tell you, that album, man, just blew my mind. Eric Stewart is a great guitarist and a great singer, songwriter. So just as two of them and a drummer. Stuart something, I forgot his name. Stuart Tosh, yeah. Three of them, right? And they produced this album, and I tell you, I was like, so lost in that whole musical canvas that they created on that album, Deceptive Bands. That's where all the hit songs are from, right? The Things We Do for Love, the song? And Good Morning Judge, it's so crazy, and there's so much overdubbing. There's so much layering, and the backup vocals and the instrumentations, and it boggles my mind when I was like a young lad of 16 or 17. I will listen to it and I will go like, how in the world do they do this, And then there's Queen with Bohemian Rhapsody, and you have all these things. But I was really into 10cc because it was a thinking man's music, because the lyrics make you think. It really makes you think. And that album was the best album ever. Now, of course, they have better albums, or real nice albums before that, like Rubber Bullets and Wall Street Journal and whatever. But that album was a kicker. I will advise you guys to check out that album. It's okay that left. How old are you, Joshua? My fellow Singaporean. Yes, Lam. You know how it is. Like when you're sitting down and then you listen to a piece of music. Go, whoa! How did they do that? I missed that terribly. Yes, when music was packed with mystery and miracles. Yeah. Anyway, Those were the days. Sleep deprived. What? Oh yeah, Todd, you've been busy like Ian. You guys have been busy, like, you know, doing stuff. I've seen a couple of your videos and they're all great stuff. Okay, it has a wonderful album cover. Deceptive Bands. I think it's available in iTunes. Let me check. Oh my good lord, what happened to this? Right, I'm going to show you the album cover, and you guys can look for it. It's interesting. Can you see this? Can you see this? No? Can you see this now? Yeah? Yeah, so this is the album cover for Deceptive Bands. Yeah. Great cover. Look at that cover. Right, so the first thing that got me was the cover, because this was introduced to me by a good friend of mine, a childhood friend of mine, and he had this album lying around his house, and I was looking at this album and go, what a great cover, right? But then when I listen to it, I go like, oh man, that's one kick-ass album. All right, Joshua, good night. Have a good rest. I become the top 1,000 rock songs of all time. Very good. Robert Davis. I literally bumped into Robert Plant once. His son Logan owns the Beavertown Brewery in London, and they were having an anniversary. I turned the corner and we face planted right to each other. Alright. I heard he's a nice chap, Robert Plant. Oh. He looks like a nice chap to me. Yeah. What pasta are you cooking, Ian? Spaghetti meatballs or lasagna or... Yeah. You know, there's one album by Led Zeppelin that had me in wonder, in awe. That is the what's the album called? Oh, good lord, I forget. What's the album called? I always forget the album name. What's it called now? I like Physical Graffiti, but it's not that album. It's the one that comes right. Oh, Presence. This is back in 1976. Yeah, love the album. I listened to like I'm sure I wore it out, but it's just the whole recording of it. It's really nice. Ian, just Benny and Kyon and onions. Oh no, yes, yummy. Okay, the next question I'm asking myself: am I hungry? Instant noodles for me, I guess. The full 5. Listen to all 5 of 10 sequence. No. What's supposed to happen after you listen to all 5 in a stretch? Care to share this, Ian? And which 5 are you supposed to listen in sequence? All at the same time? Yeah. So what's the catch here? I mean, is there what? There's a wonderful spirit, Celtic folk, and acoustic music that runs deep around here. You have to look hard to find it, but it's incredible. Yeah. I mean, what is it, Ian? Are you supposed, like, if I listen to all 5 albums at the same time, will I be seeing something supernaturally or something like that? I'm sure. Led Zeppelin has, the Celtic folk and acoustic has so much influence on Led Zeppelin's music. Yeah, first 2 albums are Led Zeppelin 2 and 3. Awesome. Bluesville. You catch it? Yes, probably. Hi, Gwenta. How are you? Yes, you're pretty late. I'm about to go off in 10 minutes, I guess, 15 minutes. The first 5 album is more uplifting than you might think, and it makes you really appreciate a group. I believe so. Yes, I believe so. I love Physical Gravity, but I guess the earlier albums are really nice. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. And there was a whole lot of blues in it too. Yeah. Blues Valero. John is a person I owe it to play with the guitar again after a break for years. On Sunday, I shot a little video where I'm lying on the couch and playing something in front of me. Nice. Great. Well done, Blues Valero. Keep at it, don't give up. How are you going to? I'm yawning. It's bad. Means it's about time. Since I'm... Oh, really? Nice. Let me share with you something. But I don't really share this with everybody. But I could probably share this with you. Oh, boiling over, panic mode. Okay. I used to have the whole collection of Led Zeppelin, all the albums. I actually splurged on it and bought the whole complete set. And that was before I became a Christian. I think I bought that whole set back in 96, 95, I guess. And I got baptized in 98, and after that we went over to a church, and then there was this whole charismatic teaching, about demonic warfare and stuff like that. And yeah, and I felt convinced enough to actually throw away the whole set of Led Zeppelin albums. Yeah, so you know how it was, like, there's this thing about Stairway to Heaven and stuff like that, so I threw away the whole collection. Many years later, we're talking about in the year 2010, I decided to get back all the collections again. So start rebuilding the collection again. So I guess after many years of being a Christian, I found out that there are songs that are not that I'm not supposed to listen to, But I guess you have to like really listen to it before you know. And if there's some songs that makes you uncomfortable, then yeah, you can always skip it. But what I'm worried about is what people say or hearsay. I hearsay that and they will do all the backmasking, and they will show you in videos of how these songs have backward incantations in it, and sometimes it's like you're just reaching out real far, because sometimes all you hear is just gibberish because there's nothing in it. Well, there's one song that I heard which is pretty profound. I guess it's by this band called Blue Oyster Cult. Well, I guess it was done in purpose, so you can actually hear the actual thing when it was played backwards. But most of the songs like Hotel California and even Stairway to Heaven, you can't really like hear all these things really clear. So there is still the benefit of a doubt, and yeah, music is music. I mean, it's because of the stigma of certain songs that that certain people, certain Christians will not go near a group like Led Zeppelin or AC/DC for that matter. But they are good bands, great music to listen to. So after a while, I come to the conclusion that what I'm hearing, I'm gonna leave it to God, because God will decide on what I'm hearing and how I'm feeling. If I don't feel good enough to hear the song, I will not hear it, But I will not base my decision on throwing a whole collection or not listening to certain groups because of hearsay. And I guess that's what God expects us to do also, to have wisdom, and do not be inhabited with a spirit of fear, but with a spirit of sound mind, so that you can tell and distinguish what is right and wrong. And just anyway. Your favorite song is Moby Dick. Mine too. No, sorry. My favorite song, my all-time favorite, Led Zeppelin song is Kashmir, because of that riff. Yeah. What? Pon Honda. Yeah. Hi Donnie. How are you? Where are you from, Donnie? Lamb, the Led Zepp stuff isn't demonic at all. It's just drawing on a very different mythology that is entitled to Christianity. It's nonsense that have been. I know. I know. But sadly, a lot of Christians have bought into that thing. So, you know how it is. And that's why people don't like Christians, because of that. They think that we are a bunch of morons to begin with. That we believe in all this stuff, but I can tell you that I saw demonic stuff firsthand. Okay, I've seen the devil at work, so I know the demonic stuff are real. But then again, God also gave us the ability to understand what is demonic and what is not. So in terms of music, like I said, there are bands out there with songs that are pretty spooky and pretty down. It doesn't have to be spooky, there are songs out there that makes you want to kill yourself, and those are bad, right? So yeah, anyway, yes, and it's a matter of generational differences. You're right. Atlanta, Georgia. Wow, welcome to the live chat. Have you subscribed to the channel yet, Donnie? If you haven't, you should. If you like guitars. DT, I became a born-again Christian in 1982 and threw away my entire lordy. Wow. Your entire vinyl record collections. Wow. That's pretty drastic. Even the ABBA albums. If you have ABBA albums. Oh, great, Donnie. Great. And there's another group called Alan Parsons Project. Yeah. There's certain songs by Alan Parsons that that was a bit disturbing. But musically, there's certain songs that I really like from the albums, yeah, the orchestration, the great guitar work, that gets you. You know. Anyway, any more questions? Because I'm gonna knock off soon. Yes, the early Alan Parsons project. You know why I like the album Goldo? Remember the album? And that just this familiar. Da, 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 da. I love that song. They were singing about that church, right, in Spain. Is it called Goldo? Golda? Whatever? Yeah, anyway. I love to hear your gospel music, all your music. Thank you, Donnie. Thank you. Yeah, I kind of miss doing some worship songs. Or maybe in the near future I'll probably do one. I was supposed to do one with a brother of mine who's staying in Texas. Great guitar player. Yeah, so he was suggesting to me an old hymn. I said, yeah, sure, why not? Yeah, so we're probably going to get that going soon. You okay? So you did keep your Johnny Cash singing the hymns. Yeah, we'll love to. But I'm gonna do a cover this week, hopefully. And it's a song that you guys will be familiar with, and I'm gonna get that out of the way, and I'll probably do a gospel song next week. And I'm gonna do it with just new guitars there. You can see, from Maestro. That'll be really neat. So you've seen I posted something on the community page. It's all in Chinese. I know it's all in Chinese, and you guys can't even. The same with me. I can't even read Chinese. But this was an interview I'd done on the phone, over the phone, for a national newspaper in Singapore. And basically, I did a translation in that, so you want to check it out. It's a great thing because the reporter that interviewed me, her name is Cheryl. So she interviewed me in English, so it's pretty fine. But when the interview came out in the newspaper, it was in Chinese. Basically, she was asking me about how we musicians cope during this COVID-19 situation, from the lockdown all the way down to now, present, and what the future holds, what the future has in store for us, or rather what the future has nothing in store for us. And I was sharing about how this YouTube channel was started 2 years ago, right? And it kind of prepared me for what was happening in year 2020. It's uncanny, right? 2 years ago in 2020. So if you want to go into all that mythology, but it's really uncanny. But I believe it's just Jesus guiding my hand, and I was telling her that I didn't even know that that the YouTube channel and you guys play such a big part. But this in this past months, with lockdown, not financially but psychologically and spiritually, they really helped me a lot because of you guys, and that's what I was telling her about. So it's my way of telling you that I appreciate you guys. You guys are really, even you, Mr. O'Rourke, you always never fail to put a smile on my face, and I thank you for that. Yeah, and there are guys who are behind the scene, and who supports me or supported me through Patreon, and who writes lovely notes and messages to me, and keeping me before I go off. Yeah, before I go to sleep. And Donnie, yes, I watch all your episodes and I think they're very informative and enjoyable. Thank you so much. Oh, my pleasure. My pleasure. I hope you guys are enjoying what I mean, I've seen the views have dropped drastically compared to the other videos, but I guess that's partly because I've been churning up too much videos at a rate. There's too much, and there's not enough time to digest. Because before I can have that video exposed to the masses, I've already come up with another video. So I'm trying to pace myself in such a way where that the videos I come up with have due process for people to view. Yeah, it gets a bit worrying, but I'm not too worried because I believe yeah, the Lord will pave the way for me. So connection tonight is a bit wonky, so you're gonna get like a bit of disconnection here and there. I don't know why. So last call. Any more questions? If not, I will have to bid you guys good night. And may you have an enjoyable day ahead. And that left, I hope and pray that you will have a good rest and that your eyesight and your condition will improve. Alright? You take care, brother. Am I planning any more reviews? Yes. I'm probably gonna do like this guitar, or but you just came in, right? So I was showing off this one, this Kemper Live, the Kemper Profiler. Yeah, so I'm gonna review this soon, but I have to learn this first, so it will take me some time. Yeah. Interesting. Ah, guitar. Okay, Gwenta. Auf Wiedersehen. Guten Nick. Good night, Detlef. Hey, Lamb, good night. And Ian, good night to you. You take care. Yeah, you take care, Lamb. And everybody, good night. I'll see you again next week, I guess. Ciao.